Ex-husband cheated with sister. I got an email from him 6 years later. I, 33F, met my ex-husband Dan, 40F, at a restaurant on my 18th birthday. He was nicely charming and mature. I felt special and valued by him. He came from a difficult household. My parents always fought. My father sometimes went missing for months. His death occurred when my sister Abby, 25F, was born. My mother loved Abby more than I did from birth. My mother pampered Abby. She tried to be a good mother and provided for me, but I always felt like something was missing. I felt complete after Dan entered my life. He cared and supported. He gave me gifts and took me on long travels. I felt complete with him. 4 years of dating led to marriage. Dan encouraged me to pursue my master's degree and enhance my career, even though I wanted to have a child right away. He wanted us to be financially stable before having kids. He was the best man I could have asked for. After 5 years of happiness, I discovered my husband was cheating on me with Abby. When my spouse skipped town for a week, I uncovered the affair. However, he booked a hotel in town. He and Abby may have sex there. Without my knowledge, this has been happening for 6 months. I was devastated. Growing up, Abby and I were close. I cherished her. What could she have done to me? Dan and I argued after D-Day. How could he hurt me? Also with my 19-year-old sister, his love for me ended, not paying enough attention to him. I've changed since he fell for me. During this chaos, I discovered I was pregnant. Stress cost me the baby. He didn't visit me in the hospital after we lost our child. He vacationed with my sister during the weekend. I should have seen the signs. Abby always touched Dan. Dan occasionally watched her. But that still worries me. My mother again supported Abby and told me to accept it. I wanted to commit suicide since I was alone. My child, spouse and family died. Tina is my best friend and rescuer. She saved me. She asked me to move with her across state. Yes, I said. We lived in a little village and I was divorced, thus I'd encounter my ex and sister. I had trouble adjusting to life in a new state, but I met some great people. It helped me overcome trauma. I still lack faith. I met my now husband Tony, 32, after a year in the new town. I was reluctant and guarded, but he proved trustworthy. Loves me much. I was so happy with him I almost forgot about home. Parents were kind and generous. We married last year. I'm pregnant with our first. I got an email from my ex Dan yesterday. It brought back all the bad memories. Just summarizing his email. Missing me, he said. He failed to find me. He dislikes my sister. She's foolish and doesn't care about him like me. I baked him cakes for his birthdays. Abby only texted him happy birthday and didn't buy him cake. Furthermore, she is rude. She disdains him. She's always in the bar with buddies. He claimed she cheated on him 5 times. His cousin was his final lover. Mother doesn't stop her either. Despite wanting to split, he misses me. He suggested trying as a pair. He wants us to be a family again. I just use Instagram, which is private, so he may not know I'm married and having a baby. He cites brown grass makes me wonder if I should feel sorry for him or laugh. Update: thank you to everyone who supported me via message. I sent him an email and stopped. Dan, I'm sorry you're hurting, but I wouldn't be there. Yes, my old self would have taken you in a heartbeat, but she's gone. She died the day I miscarried while you were with my sister. I called but got no answer. My wonderful husband loves and cherishes me. I'm pregnant with our first. I'm starting a new chapter with someone I adore. Please never contact me again. My dear decision, you chose my barely legal sister over me. I don't care if she disrespects or cheats. You deserve no respect or loyalty. I left my hometown. You should keep thinking about yourself. You're a shy, elderly man who thinks a young woman will help. Goodbye. March updates 2 and 3. Many have asked me what he said. Within an hour of my email, he responded. He said he was stupid to assume I'd wait. Since I'll always be his baby doll, he pledged to wait for me. Really cringed. He used to call me that, but now I hate it. I got an email from my mom and sister. Mom congratulated me and conveyed her enthusiasm about being a grandmother. My sister became the cool aunt too. These people are unbelievable. Deception followed, forgetting how they treated me when I needed them. Your words made me cry for a long time. I think he groomed me and my sister. I feel stupid. I shouldn't be mad at my sister, but she was old enough to realize an affair with a married guy is immoral. That includes your sister's husband. I blocked all. Already 5 months pregnant. I need less stress. God bless my husband. He soothed my tears. We went for ice cream. I hope I can overcome this. I'm calmer now. Hopefully I can update more thoroughly. Many thanks for your support. I required it. My ex's email hit me like a train. Flashbacks of his abuses returned. You deserve a complete update. His response to my update in part 2 arrived within an hour of my return email. Many hours later, my mother and sister sent 2 more emails. I received my old, rarely used email account. It's unclear how they knew about my pregnancy. Trying to keep a low profile. No announcements or baby bump photos on social media yet. I only had Instagram to follow friends, but it scared me. I started crying then. Luckily, Tony, my husband, was there. I was grabbed and seated on the couch. He knows everything about me. I never concealed anything from him. I feared my mother and sister would find me. I was hundreds of kilometers from them, he said. In the opposite country, he took me out for ice cream to calm me. Lowell, 2 ice cream cones calmed me, informed him about my worries and that my mother and sister might visit my girl. He told his uncle, a police officer, to watch for them. He will fight for it even if they push themselves on you. He will consult his lawyer friend about this and reassured me about my ex. He's done harming me. My husband joked about shifting nationalities if necessary. Finally, someone in my post advised to alert the nursery about my mother and sister in case they abducted my baby. We won't enroll her in childcare. Despite being employed, I quit to care for my child and recover from postpartum. My bank account holds a lot of savings and this is my choice. I'll return to work when our princess is older. My in-laws rock. My meal and field live nearby. Both wonderful people offer to help with my youngster. I have a good support system outside my in-laws. Tina and Jenny adopted me here. They're wonderful and always help me. It's hard to predict the future, but I'm surrounded by great people, something I didn't have growing up. I'll depart. I like my partner pampering me. My ex's sister and mother are blocked, and I'll update you if anything crucial happens. No updates since. Story 2: my husband's nephew touched me as I slept. The family will be destroyed if I tell anyone my husband's nephew and God's son is 17. My husband was offered a month-long abroad job. He felt uncomfortable leaving alone, so my sister-in-law, my husband's sister, suggested I stay in their guest room. I love my husband's family. A large loving family welcomed me with open arms. My spouse and I are 41 and 32 years old, respectively, despite coming from a broken home with no relatives to love me, especially his oldest sister, who is 47. I liked staying with my sister-in-law. Things were fine except for missing my husband, whom I chatted to several times a day. I binge-watched House of the Dragon in the living room yesterday after everyone went to bed. I probably dozed out on the couch. My nephew's hand was under my shirt when I woke up. I pushed him away, but he put his palm on my mouth and pushed me back onto the couch. He repeatedly punched my heart and ordered me to stop. I hit him with a coffee table cola glass. Sister-in-law must have heard him grunt in anguish and dissent. She beat and pushed him. She asked him to go to the guest house and followed him, perhaps to examine his wounded head. She reappeared and took me to the toilet after I peed and caught my palm on the glass. She provided me sleeping pills and stayed in my room. Today I woke up at lunch. Everyone but my sister-in-law was gone. All warmth was gone. She said she was disappointed in me. I exploited her son after she invited me in. She knew the truth, I said. She saw everything. She said she saw nothing and that no one would believe me if I tried to tear up this family. I wanted to go, but she worried about her family's reaction. I cried and requested her to let me go without speaking. I don't know what to do at home. My husband will be devastated. Loves his family. They are his life's treasure. What if he hated me for ruining his family's reputation? Worse, he won't trust me. He returns in 3 weeks. A black eye will likely disappear by then. Edit. Sorry for mistaking his age. Several months till his 16th birthday. My maths was awful. Edit 2. I appreciate your response. Please forgive me for not answering all your questions. I've spoken with my spouse as usual before bedtime. I saw bed and told him everything. He saw my face on FaceTime. He told me to pack a suitcase and wait for his friend to pick me up since he hates being alone at home. My husband's hometown is where we reside with him after a year of marriage. A couple months, I know few people here. I was told to stay with his friend and his family. They're nice. He's flying home tomorrow. Thank you again, and I apologize for not responding to everyone. Hi everyone, update. This account is disposable. When I wrote here, I got lots of encouragement. I owe the online community all I did to notify my spouse. If it were up to me, my thoughts and my SIL, I would have kept this private and continued. I won't react to DMs because I don't want to read all the hateful and abusive ones from my original post. Your comments are welcome here, but I will be deleting this account after this update. Answering a few questions first. My recent update raises a question. Why did my husband blindly trust me? Many thought my husband knew about his nephew, so he wasn't surprised. No. I asked, and he said he trusts me despite my face injuries. I've never made him doubt me. Why did my husband suggest living with his friends' family? Many people asked why I couldn't live alone in my house. This is my new town. I come from a populated city. Moving to a smaller town and living alone in a large house was a big change. I didn't feel right, so my husband suggested I live with his sister and bond with my new family. After what happened, I went home. My spouse was surprised by his nephew's antics and didn't show what to expect from him or his parents. He didn't want me alone because he was frightened they'd hurt me. He demanded that I not tell his family where I was. His fear was simple. Please forgive me for misreading his age. He will be 16 soon because he was born November 6. I erred in maths and made him 17. My hubby returned home late afternoon following my post. I've never been happier than when I saw him. His sister was advised of his visit via phone. He looked tearful when he got home. He asked if I wanted to file charges and answered yes, if I wanted. While at his sister, she blamed me, but he asked her to stop if she loved her son. He questioned her why she didn't worry about him. He even beat a sleeping family member to defeat them. He asked her why she gave me sleeping pills. Not sure why I took them. Just done, unfortunately. I've obeyed my perceived superior since childhood. She told him I was panicking and she couldn't calm me. Regardless, she denied that her son did anything like this and that I had used him. My husband chatted with his nephew and was disappointed to find him unapologetic and unaffected. He didn't apologize. I smacked him during his attempt to wake me awake since the couch was uncomfortable. Made a report. Not much else I can do. I wanted it out there, even though I doubt it will lead anywhere. My husband's brother called to yell. The slander campaign began. My spouse clarified my position. It's unclear who they'll trust. My spouse has 6 siblings. Let's see what happens. His nephew is young, and my husband doesn't want to hurt him. He wants help, but not from his parents. He described what many of you feel. This boy will likely do it again, and I'm not alone. He's hurt because he loves him, but he must tell people how he can protect their families. In recent days, my husband's silent and distant. I wasn't sure what to do. I was very guilty. I wasn't sure I could apologize and ask for forgiveness for hurting his favorite sister and her family. He looked surprised when I eventually did it. He wept. He told me he was sorry. He believed he was providing me my dream huge family. Despite my familial ignorance, he helped me. I cried in his arms. What's next is unknown. We plan to return to the big city. Not sure what to do with my new job. I must quit after a few months. As a preschool teacher, I should have no trouble obtaining or returning to employment. Thank you again. I doubt I'll post again. I just want to recover and continue.